Part 1, Building Word Consciousness. My name is Latina Robinson, and my business partner is Janine Cox. We have more than 20 years' experience in education. We both began as elementary classroom teachers, then served as reading coaches at both the school and district levels. Today, we are self-published authors and co-owners of One Stop Word Shop, a vocabulary resource company for teachers and parents. I would like to share with you a few vocabulary strategies to help create a word-rich learning environment. Vocabulary instruction is not as simple as one would imagine. Most people agree quality vocabulary instruction is a major factor in a balanced reading program. Yet finding ways to teach vocabulary effectively can be a challenge. Like many of you, we realize the problems teachers and parents face when trying to build a student's vocabulary so that their children could understand complex text. Now, some of these challenges exist because of the varied backgrounds and experiences our students bring to the classroom. Another major challenge involves the use of rich language when students speak, write, and read. Students often default to common, everyday language and are not using rich, vibrant vocabulary when speaking or writing. Moreover, they struggle to understand the meanings of academic language or Tier 2 vocabulary often found in complex text. Lastly, teachers must also find the time to teach vocabulary in an environment that is chock full of daily activities and lessons. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard or at least agree with recent research that indicates there is a vocabulary gap. In 2003, researchers Betty Hart and Todd Risley revealed significant findings that showed meaningful differences in the language experiences of children prior to the start of school. Depending on your income, a child could be exposed to more words or less words. This chart shows there is a significant difference between the number of words encountered by students from professional families with high incomes in comparison to students from homes of lower income families. According to their research, there is a 30 million word gap. Now, all of these families want what's best for their children when they arrive on the first day of school. However, we know the classroom teacher does not have every student starting in the same place. Hart and Risley's research proves that. So what do we do? You can start by leveling the playing field and giving every child equal access to rich vocabulary. Conscientiously plan ways to help your students learn more words. Let's first discuss what it takes for students to truly learn a word. Our students must hear the word, use the word, have multiple exposures with lots of repetition, and be able to discriminate by knowing the nuances of words, examples, or even non-examples of words. Now, as educators, we often say words and even provide definitions and then expect our students to know what the word means. But it takes much more than that. Students also need to understand that they must actively find ways to acquire words on their own. How do we get our students to learn words? The first step begins with you, the teacher, whether you are an educator or a parent. You must be conscious about words. This means you look for opportunities to expose your child or students to words. Word consciousness simply means you show an interest and an awareness of words. The goal of building word consciousness is to make students more aware of strong, rich vocabulary in their everyday environment. Students need to stop and pay attention or be more conscious, word conscious that is. You, the educator or parent, will need to set up opportunities for this to occur until it becomes more natural for our students. So our first tip to you is talk about words. Now this can be something as simple as sharing your favorite word. You know, one of my favorite words is plethora. I like this word because of the way it sounds, and when I use the word, I feel smart. Words like this and other favorite words can become part of your everyday conversations too. As you use these rich words and phrases, your students will hear the words, and eventually they will begin to incorporate the words into their own vocabulary. So this leads us to our second tip. Physically collect words. Students need to see that there are a lot of words around them that they are ignoring. An easy way to do this is through a neat activity that we called word boxes. Using these in your classroom will make your students more aware of words. First, find 3 empty boxes. Label each box. On one box, place a picture of a brain with the label Smart Words. Tell students to place words that make them feel smart inside this box. On the second box, place a picture of a happy and a sad face with the label Emotional Words. Tell them to place words that move them emotionally in this box. And on your third box, place a picture of an ear with a slash through it. Or you could even use a question mark symbol. Now label that box Unfamiliar Words. Tell the students to place words they have not heard of before in this box. Put the boxes in a place students can easily access. Give them a stack of Post-it notes or index cards. Students can record words on the cards based on each category throughout the day. If you're using this for more than one student, have them to write their name on the back of each Post-it note. Stop periodically to reach inside the box and read one of the words placed inside. Share both the word and the person who recorded it. You may even want to provide that person with an extra incentive. You could give them a small treat, such as a piece of candy, for submitting the word. We have shared this activity in schools and during parent trainings in many of the places that we've gone to. Teachers and parents have reported how this helps their students to become more excited about seeking new words to use. If you are a parent watching this video, you can use this strategy at home by simply using word jars. Find some old mason jars or any type of recycled jar. Decorate it, and then encourage your child to put words into the jars. At dinner time, pull a word out and discuss the word with your family. And make sure you're adding words to the jar as well. Now, if you like these ideas, but you need a place to find great words, start with the resources you have around you. You can find words from the conversations you're having with others, on websites, in books, and other fantastic places. The easiest way to get a lot of words is to encourage your child to read every day. Combining daily reading with discussing the words they encounter in the books they're reading will help your child tremendously. Soon you and your child will be more word conscious, which is the first step in developing a strong vocabulary. Now, we hope you've enjoyed our brief video and the tips that we've shared with you to help your child build better vocabulary or your students. If you would like more information about the services we provide, please check us out at onestopwordshop.com. There you will find products and services to fit your vocabulary needs.